and this, that, and the third. I'm a fucking basket case, man. I'm a goddamn basket case with this whole thing called I ain't gonna never be free. Or they don't sugarcoat that shit at the rehab. They tell you that. Basically, they say, they hit the minute just out. You done fucked up, right? You ain't regular no more. You forfeited that. So now you are this. From now on out. Just like you gonna always be black, nigga, you gonna always be a fucking junkie.
And that's the thing, man. Okay, you my first cousin, and me and you got a different relationship than I had with our other first cousins. I love all my family, but me and you got a relationship. Dwayne is my brother. Experience man is my brother. So we got a relationship. So when we was coming all the way, when y'all was coming to age, I'm a little older than y'all 3-4 years. Me and Thomas coming up, we smoking weed. I mean, you ain't touching weed at all. It's almost like you the thing, like when I joke with you about your good grandma, you was a little fat boy just staying under your good grandma, and you were out there worrying about stuff. You ain't worried about weed like that. You didn't smoke weed. We drunk our little beer. It was a time that when you moved to Orlando, we was all buying case of Heineken. We was on that Palm Sun bag. You didn't fuck with no weed.
I didn't like the high, and I was mad about that because when I look at Jimmy Jr. and Reese and all these guys, or even y'all to a lesser extent, there's no way y'all feel what I feel, cause it's zero fun, sir. And I tried, and it just remember we supposed to go to the casino that time.
Yeah.
In Sylvester, and I was like, nah, man, just turn around. Just for smoking a blunt.
I was mad. Yeah, I really want to get down to Sylvester with the little country girls, man, and have a good time. But you actually had us turn around because you just freaked out about smoking the weed. So you went
that weed do some crazy shit to me. Or like after the flood in '94. I did my 10th grade year at Monroe, most of it I know, and we were living with Shirley now. And so I rode to school with Reese. And every Friday, because I mean this was the team that went to the Final Four. Every Friday, they met at behind the mill and got high as a motherfucker. And then we went to school. Well, I was gonna not smoke. I hated to see Friday coming. So now I got to smoke this goddamn weed and go to school like this, which is even worse, and deal with this shit. So like I had many bad experiences with the weed. So I just finally said, okay, I'm not gonna. Every now and then, a bitch, I would have hit a blunt or something, fuck with a hoe or something.
I take a 40. I'm gonna jog your memory of this shit, man. I remember when you finally did try to take it serious. We live in Orlando. You on Mercer Drive.
Man, I had bought that thing.
You bought the bone, and that dude served weed. He said, "This that pussy right
here." This that pussy. Yeah.
Yeah. You tried to get on the weed, but you still just can't do it. And the thing,
man, I'm jealous of the conspiracy man right now.
But see, that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm working my way in with conspiracy man, because your Jane came at a later time. Like you said, we discussed what happened that made you start experimenting with hard drugs. But my brother started this stuff. We was young. We like teenagers, man. I mean, we still live with our mother. Before college, before Marvin, the car, this for all of my children, and stuff started going on. The stuff came up missing. Thomas' daddy, we all went to Daytona. Thomas' daddy came up missing. I had bought Maria some rings. They came up missing. And Hook, this from the guys from the neighborhood. They telling me about they seeing Dwayne fucking with cocaine at school, and I just ain't believing that. But Dwayne like 16, 17, man, and it's like that's my little brother. And it's just hard to fathom. Brother actually don't know hard drug like that. And on conspiracy, man, I hope you've been, holding your patience, listening all the time. But that's my way of bringing you in because, like I said, Rashard started later on doing this shit. We was still young, man. And it took. And
let me before he take it over. That's what made this a great dichotomy, because we was on two different ends of the spectrum.
Yes, sir.
With me starting in late, and yeah, this is a good time for a conspiracy man to come in, because I mean, we can do this shit a series. Talking about this shit, man, because it's a lifelong, you married to it. So, yeah, I think, go ahead and let Conspiracy Man come in on it, because we'll have more episodes to spawn upon some more things dealing with this addiction shit.
Man, it's a good episode, man, because like y'all said, I'm bringing in, I'm made to actually talk to y'all stuff we never talked about before, because we just never sat down and had dialogue. But on Dwayne, I'm going to call you by your name, Conspiracy Man, your stage name, but it was the time, I don't know who we went to go see, bro. We went somebody we knew had a baby. And me, you, and Sanique, and all of us went to the hospital. And I had some shorts on that I took off. And I had 30, 40, maybe $50 in them shorts. I took the shorts off.
That's 90s, 30, 40, 50. Woo, that's some money.
That's some money. It's made like what, $4.25 an hour? $5 an hour or something, $4.25. So it took me a minute to get that. I was working for 20, 30 hours, so like I had a whole lot of money. And Dwayne, matter of fact, I might have had a little more than that, because I think I had my Hyundai. No, I had a Hyundai Polaris too, so I was making no money. I ain't gonna get into that. The thing about it was, I'm at home, I'm comfortable around with my family, so I threw them shorts off in me and Dwayne room, not thinking nothing of it. I put on some other clothes, me, Dwayne, and Sanika went to go see the person at the hospital. We keep laughing, we doing our jokes, our comedy, talk about the baby, holding the baby and all that. The whole time I'm not aware that Dwayne went in the room at some point before we left and took my money out of the shorts. I'm not thinking that, because I don't, what I'm saying, I'm not accepting the fact that my brother don't no kind of hard drugs, and whatnot. So we on the way back, and we coming down 118th Street, and I know you know that street, Shaw. This the street that you drive on to get to my mom and them complex, that long road. Exactly. So at some point, Dwayne said, "Let me out." I'm like, "Let you out for what, man? We almost at the house, man. Let me out. Just let me out." I'm like, "Man, why do you want to get out? You can get out when you get to the house. Just let me out." So I let him out. That's my brother. It went into after he got out and I started driving. I started thinking about them shorts. And when I got home and I looked at them shorts and I didn't have my money, I was so fucking furious that I went look for Dwayne. And I'm thankful that I didn't find him. Because Dwayne, I was gonna beat the fuck out of you, man. I was gonna actually fight you, dog. And I wasn't gonna hold fucking back. I was mad as hell, dog. I was gonna try to beat the shit out of you, man. And I'm not lying about that. So I'm thankful that I didn't find you, because I didn't need to beat like that, man. But it was
fucking slim.
And I know the baby made light of it, because that's what we do. But I'm glad that he gonna be able to speak on that, because see, like stuff like that, I don't have no experience in. Because let me just say this to close out mine. I did want to get this point in, that this whole truck driving and all of this money, it was the perfect storm for me, because that's another thing about my addiction. It been high end addiction. I mean, I've spent like $3,000 or $4,000 in 2 days, more than once. But what I would touch on, but I even when I don't have it, I just ain't have it or whatever. For week to week, or however it went on. If I was done had to quit a job because I done smoked dope and missed a load or whatever I got going on, and I'm broke for a month or whatever. I just don't have no dope, because for me it's the life. It ain't enough for me to get no dope and just sit at home and smoke it by myself. I need some bitches, or I need me a woman that understand I'm okay. I can smoke this dope here with you or out there. Now, economically, it'd be better if I smoke with you, because you don't smoke. And I tried. A couple of them women tried that, but they just didn't like me blowing that smoke on their bike when we fucking. But I gotta do that. I like that silhouette. I can't explain. You hit that bowl and blow that shit on that bitch bike, man. It feels mighty damn good.
It's dramatic. It's like a movie.
Boy, I can't explain that shit. But the one thing my old man had said this, and then I'm gonna let you get it, conspiracy man. He just gonna give me a steal on my record from my family, because my old man ragged the fuck out of me about this whole addiction thing. But he showed no vitriol to his own brothers at all. And Smoke actually sold my mama shit after the flood, the little shit that we were able to save. He sold that shit. And my old man ain't have a peep. I ain't never thought, man, ain't never did nothing like that. He said, yes, you did. When the fuck I did that? Because Alder had got me a bank account in me and his name, because I couldn't get one. I don't know nothing about no motherfucking bank. I didn't know that you can keep going to the ATM up to $500 or whatever without no money in there. But the bitch I was fucking with did. The whole night I'm thinking this bitch buying, I think I done spun out. I'm thinking now, oh shit, that bitch 100. They been buying dope now. No, nigga, she was doing that shit with OJ card. And so, it ended up being a negative balance, and I couldn't pay it. He said that was me stealing from OJ. Okay, bro, you reach it. You reach it, man.
I'm glad you brought it up. And we got to, get to keep this thing moving. But you had that dialogue about your dad and his brother, because, his brothers, and he grew up in the house with them. He didn't raise his brothers. He grew up with them. Their parents raised him. And so he didn't see him the same he see his son, because he actually raised you his son. So when he see you struggling like this and going through it, it makes him that he didn't do a good job raising y'all. So that's, we had.
Well, that's cool. But the other part of that is, he did his best to try to turn OJ. So OJ had to tell him, just like them your brothers, that's my motherfucking brother, man. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm gonna ride with my brother.
That's what it took for him to see it because he had the father hat on. He still looking.
You can't do nothing to say that, boy. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, he had OG had to do that for him to put, see the reason.
But I gotta chime in on that because Unc ain't even turn into this shit until he found Christianity.
That Christian bullshit.
And that's all I got.
Yes, and I'm gonna stand on that. My old man was a stand-up guy till he picked up that motherfucking Bible.
Man, Uncle Shake still. I go on the record saying,
nigga, Unc was my main man. That nigga would have never said nothing bad about me in my face or behind my back, and I ain't never had nothing bad to say about him.
Till he picked up that Bible.
I noticed a change in him. I noticed a big change in him and the person he was before that. Shit.
I'm going on the record saying Uncle Shake still is a good guy. Like conspiracy man, let's go, man.
Like Bob was saying, though, man, I'm just sitting here listening. And the shit is, I'm sitting on my back steps and the sun shining directly on me. So all this information must be being shot from the sun or some shit, man, because, like, I know this shit happened that you talking about it, bringing it up like I have. But it's like, I don't know if it's the drugs or what. I have, like, vague memories of my past. Like, I can remember a thing, but I can't remember the whole surrounding of the thing, what led up to it, how it worked and shit like that. I don't be having that kind of memory available. It's like before I went to the chain gang. No folks pull up my record out, man, that shit was so fucking thick. I'm thumbing through this shit like, damn, I did this. Like, man, I don't even remember half of this fucking shit. But they got all these fucking charges. I'm like, God damn, you know what I'm saying? I was really getting busy out here, man. But
that's why they calling you off the chain Wayne.
Yeah. But just so many different angles, man, because I did get involved with drugs at such a young age, but it's so many different angles that it's not nothing that I necessarily personally feel within myself, but y'all know I was a little punk ass motherfucking nigga. Fucking
I wouldn't say that.
Well, a crybaby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I used to say the police coming. I used to be crying and shit like that. So I don't know if that played a part in me. And then being on the fucking pedestal, you know what I'm saying, and have to live up to a certain standard because everybody feel like I'm so fucking smart.
Wayne got all A's. Yeah, Wayne earned damn white.
But what you're not realizing is just how inquisitive I am. You know what I'm saying? 8 years old, picking up cigarette butts off the ground, trying to smoke cigarettes and all that shit. Like,
and that's disgusting.
Yeah. But then again, I was 8 years old.
Whoever making all the noise gonna get a whooping.
Why I got this kind of eyesight?
Man, that was me laying down, man. I'm getting woozy. Well, I hope the spiritual man go ahead and crank this bitch on up so I can get my energy.
The Wayne just dropped some gangster shit, and I ain't even really cussing on this. Like he's saying, man, with being like you said, the crybaby, y'all being young, you only your grown on, and Dwayne being the youngest in us and being, a daddy don't spoil him a little bit, or he ain't getting the whoops I used to get. I mean, I ain't never even think about none of that stuff. It might have something to do with like your mindset being a little vulnerable and trying to experiment with drugs. You come with some good shit, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, maybe, you know what I'm saying, it was somewhat a form of bullying, I would say. From up being y'all calling me sissy, making Dominique call me a sissy and all that kind of shit, man. Just
I ain't know that. I already don't like me. Keep it up.
Keep it up, man. You on some real shit, Wayne. Go ahead, man.
But Marvin Jr. was a part of it too. They were just all doing it to me, man, until I started fucking crying, dog. I remember that.
So, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. I'm not denying this, man. I'm taking my medicine. Go ahead, man.
I didn't know none of this, so I'm mad at y'all.
You two being up on your good
growth. This is just me trying to go as far back because I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying, go somewhere like really, there, man. So, already, I'm smart as hell. I'm inquisitive hell. I'm soft, so you know what I'm saying? Don't nobody like the fact that I'm soft, so they try to make me the tough guy. Nigga, they used to give me moonshine and shit. Watch me throw up and laugh at me and shit. Like, that's why when I be talking to my mama and talk about this shit, well, I don't know where you get this from and up. This how I was fucking raised. A nigga gave